How you doing, guys? Back again with another video. Now in this one we're going to be taking a look at SandMarc's anamorphic lens. This is their 1.33 times anamorphic lens, and they do have a 1.55 times anamorphic lens coming that's going to be available to purchase in December. Now in this video we're going to cover the general installation of this lens to your phone, the build quality and how it performs in the real world with video footage, and of course at the end I'm going to give you my final thoughts on whether or not this is a lens that you should pick up or not. But before we jump into the video, if you haven't liked and subscribed and you're new to the channel, consider doing so. Everything I do on the channel shot just using a smartphone. No DSLRs allowed. So if that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button. Also, what do you think of the footage that's coming out of the phone that I'm currently using today? I'm actually going to be filming this entire video, apart from the footage that you're going to be seeing with the anamorphic lens, on the Sony Xperia 1 Mark II. So let me know what your thoughts are on the footage that I'm getting from this phone. So jumping into the video, the SandMarc Anamorphic 1.33 times anamorphic lens. Now, you guys probably know there's a ton of anamorphic lenses that are out there to choose from. So why would you necessarily go for a company like SandMarc? Now, I actually own all of their lenses apart from their fisheye lens, and I can tell you that the quality of their lenses is absolutely top notch. It is spot on. And that's going to be no exception when you're using the anamorphic lens as well. Now, this anamorphic lens is a solid metal build with dust caps for the front and the back of the lens. Now, for the front of the lens there, you have got an actual threaded base on there, which means you can attach ND filters, polar eye filters, straight to the end of your lens. Now, the thread diameter on this is 40.6 millimeters, and it's designed specifically for their ND filters, although you can use a step-up ring to this lens to be able to attach your own ND filters. Now, on the other end of the lens, you're going to have a 17mm threaded base, which is one of the most versatile lens mounting systems you can go for, and definitely my favorite mounting lens system. It means you can just mount this lens directly to a variety of different rigs, and the great thing about this system is that you can mount it directly to a smartphone case that fits directly onto your phone. So not only is it compact and convenient, but it works really, really well too. Now, they do only make cases for iPhones, but if you are an Android guy, don't worry, because with that 17mm threaded base on there, that means that you can mount it directly to a rig that you can put your Android phone on, or the clip that they provide with their lenses will fit nicely onto your phone as well. You also get a cleaning cloth, and you also get a nice bag to put everything in, which is really great. And one other thing that I do really appreciate that SandMarc have done is labelled the bags. I can't tell you how many times with other companies I've used lenses and you're putting them away in a hurry, you're packing up from a shoot, and your lenses are just here, there and everywhere, and trying to find that exact lens that you just had a minute ago, you have to go through about 3 or 4 bags. But with SandMarc lenses, you can easily find the lens that you're looking for because it actually has the name of the lens on the bag. Now, with SandMarc's anamorphic lens, this is a 1.33 times anamorphic lens, so the actual aspect ratio that you're going to be shooting at is 2.4 to 1. And this lens has a field of view of 113 degrees, so it's a very, very wide field of view. Okay, so now we've got all the techie stuff out the way. How does this lens actually perform in the real world? Well, here's some footage. So, as you probably saw in the footage there, it looks absolutely amazing, and this lens performs just as good as that footage looks. This is a really, really great, solid lens if you're looking to get in the market and you want to be able to shoot that anamorphic content on your phone. Now, when it comes to the flaring of this lens, I really like the color of the flare on this lens. I think it just looks really nice, and I think it's done really well. It's not to the point where it's over the top, but again, you're still not struggling to get flares there. It's, I think, a really great compromise of having flares when you need them rather than just flaring all the time. So when it comes down to, are you going to be able to achieve really nice flares with this lens, then 100% you are. Now, when it comes to the sharpness of this lens is extremely sharp across the board with very, very, very minimal softness towards the edges. So overall, this lens, in terms of sharpness, if you're looking for a lens that you're going to get great clarity with, this is definitely going to be a great lens. Now, if we look at the amount of distortion in this lens, now, this is where it's sort of downfall is. Don't get me wrong, every single anamorphic lens that you come across out there is going to have distortion. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing, it's just something that I thought I would mention. Now, that is probably going to be down to that such a wider field of view, but overall, that doesn't really bother me. The type of footage that I'm looking for, I really want it to have that wide look, I want it to have that really cinematic flares to them, and I just want it to look really, really nice, and I feel like this lens really does achieve that. And lastly but not least, that brings us on to the price of this lens. Now, I think this lens is actually priced very, very competitively at $129. I think that what you're getting for your money here is a great lens. Now, you could say that that's quite expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, if you was to buy a lens for a professional camera, it's going to be 5 times the cost of that easily. This is $130, which is going to give you that anamorphic cinematic look directly onto your phone. Not only does it have a threaded mount on the end, which I really, really appreciate, the bags are labeled, they have cases that fit perfectly for the iPhone series, they have a clip if you're on Android, or you could just mount the lens directly to a cage if you're using an Android phone or an iPhone as well. But I think what you're actually getting for that $130 there is really, really great. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Is this one of them lenses that you would pick up and purchase? And overall, how good do you think this lens is? If any of you have got this lens, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on it from using it. But as always, guys, you know it's been an absolute pleasure having you here watching on the channel. Let me know your thoughts on the SandMarc Anamorphic lens, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.